welcome back to my channel. So today I have some dupes for you guys. I know normally people that make these videos do dupes more so for like super popular makeup or like the hottest trending makeup at the moment. For me, I'm making this video more so with items that I actually use and that I actually love, and that you guys will probably see here on my video or have seen already on my videos. So I just wanted to try to find items that you guys could follow along with any of my videos, or maybe there's a product that you've seen on my channel that you like. So I don't have a dupe for everything, and if you guys like this, maybe I can continue to do this with like, you know, makeup that I use here on my channel, because I want to make sure that you guys don't feel left out because maybe something's out of your budget, or maybe you just don't want to spend that money on a certain item. Before we get into the video though, I just want to remind you to please subscribe to my channel, ring the bell to get notified every time I upload a new video, or as often as you like to be reminded about my videos. My videos are here for whenever you guys want to come back and watch them. And don't forget, if you're bored and you have nothing to watch, go back in my channel, watch some of my older videos, see my little evolution to here at like 6 months. I think I'm officially 6 months, maybe. I don't know. Anyway, you guys, let's get into it. Okay, you guys, so I went ahead and I zoomed you in and I pulled back my hair. Also, I did forget to mention, yes, I know the chewy boxes are right there. They are a little heavy. I couldn't move them myself, but also, I don't know if we have somewhere to put them. If you guys have been watching my last few videos, you guys know we're supposed to be moving. That's been put on hold for maybe at least a couple weeks, maybe a little longer. We're not sure with everything going on. It is what it is. I'm a real person. I have a real life. Welcome to my channel. Okay, you guys, so for the first item that I found a dupe for, you guys know that I like to use my MAC paint pot in the shade Soft Ochre. I love the consistency. It's just like a cream base, and then it kind of like dries down, but it's not like drying. It just, you know, gives you a nice like even toned base for your eyeshadows. And recently I did a full face of e.l.f. makeup. I'll leave that link down below if you want to check it out. Amazing products. I would suggest you would check it out because a lot of those items could probably be dupes for other items. But I found this e.l.f. Putty Eye Primer. Now again, some of these I don't think are new. I don't know how new this one is. I believe it actually said new on the website, if I remember correctly. I can't remember. But anyway, it is very similar to the MAC paint pot. The shades are a tiny bit different. The e.l.f. is a little bit lighter, but it still works pretty much the same. I mean, my makeup looked the same, nothing hugely different. And I will go ahead and be popping up the prices on the screen just because I feel like it's a lot more easier for the both of us. But as you can see, big price difference, and yeah, I mean, it works the same. It looks like you get about the same amount. Like, yeah, why not? So going in with this first item, we're just gonna apply it the way we always do. So now I have that on, very similar, you guys, nice even base. Now these two next products are products that I've also made a video on, but at the end of it, they ended up being very, very similar. So we have the Nakia Joy Velvet Finishing Powder, and this is a great powder. I've only used it a handful of times since that video, but you guys, it works just the same as my Airspun translucent powder, and you get so much more than you do the Nakia Joy. And again, the price difference is pretty amazing. Again, not bashing any of these products. I'm simply saying if you can't afford to or don't want to spend, you can find it cheaper. So going in with my Airspun on my right side, I'm just going to go ahead, set my eye here. Okay, guys, so I'm all primed and ready to go, looking very similar here. So for eyeshadow, I didn't really have like a palette that I wanted to dupe or anything like that. People feel some type of way about duping palette specifically is mainly what I've seen, but I know it's all cosmetics. At least in the cosmetic world I've seen, it's kind of like frowned upon. I don't know exactly how I feel about it, because if you can get something cheaper and you want to save money, why not? If you want to spend more, why not? I get the whole like stealing the idea versus making something that's similar. I get it. That's why I said I don't know how I feel about it. I didn't want to get into that today, but I did want to remind you guys about some of my favorite eyeshadows at the moment, and it's these Mega Matrix palettes. You can purchase them in palettes, but you can also purchase these shadows individually, so you don't need every single eyeshadow that I have up here. And you can also check your local Target, because they were selling quads, I believe. I don't know if they were selling individuals, but they were selling quads. So you can go on the website, you can create your own palette. There's many things you can do. I will leave the Makeup Geek website down below so you can check it out, and I will leave my video down below as well where I reviewed these and I gave you guys information about these, and I know that a lot of you guys appreciated it. So yes, if you haven't checked them out, check them out. Also, I want to remind you guys that ColourPop has really stepped up their eyeshadow game, and today we might dabble into a little bit of their glitters, but you guys check out ColourPop as well. They have mini palettes, they have all kinds of palettes. Some of your favorite YouTubers have palettes on there as well. So I just wanted to remind you guys of ColourPop, because I feel like a lot of people forget about it because you don't really see it like in drugstores, but it is very much drugstore pricing, if not maybe even a little cheaper sometimes. So these are the palettes that I will be using, and then I'll probably grab a glitter from the ColourPop as well. So I'm going to go ahead and montage it for you guys so you guys can see the look, but we could get through it a little fast. Okay, you guys, so I got my eyes done. I got glitter everywhere, but it's fine. We will live. So moving on to primer. So you guys know that I like my Milk Hydro Grip Primer. I love that it leaves almost like a sticky layer, so it like really grips onto your foundation. But also, I know something that a lot of people don't say is that it does leave your skin feeling like smooth. So if you actually apply this, you will feel the sticky layer, but if you rub your finger this way, you will feel that it does leave your skin feeling smooth. That being said, a dupe for it is actually the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. And I know what you're thinking, like how even they are two different consistencies, but you guys, if you take the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer and you rub it on just the back of your hand, and if you have also the Milk Hydro Grip Primer and you rub that on the back of your hand, I will say the Milk makeup does leave a little bit more of that sticky kind of layer, but once it dries down, you can rub your hand over it and you will see that they both feel so nice and smooth, and they feel super similar, and on the skin they actually look quite the same. So that is the dupe that I have for the Milk Hydro Grip Primer. So again, e.l.f. Putty Poreless Primer. Now you guys know that for my center of my face, I like to put more of a mattifying primer on, and for that I use the Step 1 from Makeup Forever, and this is the mattifying primer, of course. And a primer that I found recently that I ended up really loving was the e.l.f. Matte Putty Primer. So it is different from the other one because this one's just like for normal skin, and this is if you need a little bit of mattifying, but the textures are a little bit different. The mattifying one is just a little bit, I don't want to say like loose because it's not loose in here, but it is a little bit more creamy, I guess you can say, but it does mattify very, very well. If I'm being completely honest, if you have like excessive oils like me on my nose specifically, the step 1 does help a little bit more, but this one is a close second, you guys. I really, 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 really do love this primer. I think that, again, for the price of these primers compared to the e.l.f. ones, they are super amazing. So I'm going to try to half and half it here the best way I can, but we'll start off with a little bit of the e.l.f. Putty Primer for most of my face, and then we'll go in the center and mattify. And then on this side, we're going to go ahead and apply the Hydro Grip Primer. Now, moving on to sponges for foundation or liquid application is mostly what I use them for. I don't really have necessarily a dupe because I don't think that I ever really reached for a super expensive face sponge, makeup sponge, beauty blender. But I am really, really, really loving this Makeup Geek. I think it's called Diamond Beauty Sponge or something like that. Also, recently I did my e.l.f. one. Sorry, it's dirty. I really, really loved their sponge as well. These are two really, really great sponges. This one, however, does leave you the similar finish to the Blendiful. And it's not like it's a dupe because I do think that it's two completely different items in a way. But the Blendiful, you guys know that I actually really, really fell in love with, and I was totally surprised because I didn't really know what to expect. But the Makeup Geek sponge leaves you very, very similar finish at the end. So moving on to foundation. So I am really in love with the Dose of Colors Meet Your Hue foundation, and a dupe that's like pretty exact to this, I would say, is in between the Milani Conceal and Perfect. And you guys know that I use this all the time here on my channel because it's super affordable. But also the Wet n Wild Photo Focus foundation. This shade is a little dark for me, but nonetheless, the foundation and the quality of the product is very, very similar to the Dose of Colors Meet Your Hue foundation. This is an amazing foundation, but so are these ones. And these ones you can find at your drugstore or anywhere like that, and it leaves you pretty much the same finish, the same look. It is amazing. So my Meet Your Hues foundation is a little light, so what I'm gonna do is actually mix together a little bit of the Dose of Colors, because I believe the Dose of Colors one is a little bit light for me, and a little bit of the Milani Conceal and Perfect. And so we're just gonna mix those two up here on my hand. Okay, you guys, so I have that on now, and you can see very similar finishes. It leaves the skin looking, I don't know, kind of just like a little more smooth than other sponges that I've used. But I really do love both of those products so much. So moving on to concealer. So for concealer, again, recently in my e.l.f. video, I found this 16-hour camo concealer, which was my first time using it. And you guys, I still cannot decide if it's more like my Jeffree Star Magic Star concealer or like my Dose of Colors Meet Your Hue concealer. I feel like it looks closer to the Dose of Colors, but the actual formula itself is very similar to both of these, which is kind of funny because the Magic Star concealer is like, I don't know how to explain it. It's like a little more lightweight than the Dose of Colors, but the Dose of Colors isn't heavy either. It's just almost like, I don't know, I don't want to say thicker because I don't want to give that illusion that it's like thick and like chunky. It's not. They both look similar once they're on, but they do feel differently. I don't know how to explain it. And this concealer looks and feels like both of them. I don't even know how to explain it, you guys, but it is a crazy dupe, again, price-wise and for the quality, as these ones right here. So the e.l.f. one was a little too light for me, so I think, let me see if one of these is closer than the other ones. I just don't want to look too off here. Maybe closer to the Jeffree Star. So I'll put a little bit of the e.l.f. one on this side. If it's too off, I'm going to have to dab a little bit of the Jeffree Star. But you guys, this concealer, I don't know, it was pretty amazing. I cannot believe it because I feel like I wasn't even that huge on concealer always. But, you know, eventually they started bringing out some pretty amazing ones. So again, the shades are a little different, but it's fine. You can see that they look pretty close on the bottom, like, yes, and nothing looks drying and it's nice and soft. I love it. So moving on to highlight. So I am obsessed with this Dose of Colors Desi X KD Fuego highlight. You guys, it is a beautiful shade. But a while back, I did do a review on these Airspun loose highlights. And you guys, these are literally almost the same shade. Like, I feel like you could barely even tell that they're different at all. And of course, one is loose and one is like packed in a compact, but the finish is the same. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to apply my Desi X KD highlight on this side, and then on the other side we will apply the loose highlight from Airspun. You guys, tell me this is not the same shade. It literally looks the exact same. One's loose, one's in a compact. Love them both. Again, price-wise though, you decide. You guys know that I really, really love the Urban Decay All-Nighter Setting Spray, and I still do use this once in a while, but I have been, I don't know, is there like a word stronger than obsessed? I have been obsessed with this hydrating setting mist from ColourPop. I think the ColourPop one is just a little bit more smoother. So here is the all-nighter. It's still a little bit aggressive, where this one is a little bit more, yes, like, so they are very similar though in the fact that it does help my makeup last. I don't notice anything hugely different, if I'm being honest, between the two. But again, super obsessed with this ColourPop Hydrating Setting Mist. Okay, you guys, I'm back. I know that I left you when I was setting my face, and now I have extra things on my face. I went ahead and I just popped on some of those magnetic lashes. I did a review in my last video. I will link it down below if you're interested and you want to check it out. I do just want to warn you guys, I do mention in the video briefly that the eyeliner does leave a little bit of a sticky residue. If you have long lashes, be careful because it does kind of like, I don't know, make your lash, make the magnetic lash kind of stick to it because of the stickiness, so you just want to be careful. But so, I really wanted this video, I think I already mentioned this, to be like dupes that I actually use. So, I'm not saying I don't use the original product or I only use the dupes or vice versa, but I just wanted it to be completely all around products that I use. So, I didn't really have like a specific lip product that I wanted to dupe either, but I do just want to remind you guys that Wet n Wild has an amazing collection of nudes. I am a huge fan of nudes, and by nudes it's not just like two shades. Like, to me, nudes is like, you know, you can go rosy tones, you can go more brown, more, you know, light tones, a little bit darker, and I am obsessed with these two shades. The shade that I have on right now is Give Me Mocha, and then the other one is Rebel Rose, and they kind of give me that like Lolita vibe from Kat Von D or whatever it's called now. So yeah guys, I just didn't want to like force a dupe, you know what I mean? So if there's a product out there that you want me to dupe or that you think I should try, let me know in the comments down below, or any other videos that you might want to see from me. And that is it, you guys. I will let you guys go. Please, please, please stay safe, stay healthy, and I will see you guys in my next one. Adios!